Parties involved in this case include the asylum seekers as the appellant and PNG Immigration and Border Security Minister as the first respondent.
This morning, the Chief Justice has refused the injunctive orders.
In the 7-page judgment, the Supreme Court found that the centre was ordered to close because it was declared unconstitutional and illegal. However, in the 2016 Supreme Court decision, the court did not set a date for the closure and never made any orders on the future of the asylum seekers. It also found that no orders were issued on what approaches the PNG and Australian governments will take after the closure. In the asylum seekers' application, they claimed that the closure had inflicted extreme forms of punishment on them, which is a breach of their constitutional rights. However, in discussing the legality surrounding the Supreme Court order of 2016, the court saw that the Australian government cannot be responsible for essential services into the decommissioned centre. It also saw that the PNG government does not plan to restore these services.
There was some important decision which the Chief Justice has made in his judgment, and first is that the issue of who is legally responsible has now been somewhat resolved by the Chief Justice, that as from the 31st of October, the Australian is no longer responsible for the welfare or the administration or upkeep of the detainees on Manus Island.
While stating that the PNG courts does not have any jurisdiction over what the Australian federal government does on Manus Island, the court cannot make a definite finding on whether the PNG government is legally responsible to cater for the refugees. Salamo ruled that while some constitutional rights have been breached, he said, and I quote, "It is only fair to say the asylum seekers brought this upon themselves in refusing to vacate the premises and move to the new site." End of quote.
There were three orders that we were seeking. First was to restrain the immigration from transferring the detainees from Lomroom to Loringo, and secondly that there has to be a restoration of water, power and electricity, and as well as health care. And thirdly is that the Defence Force should be restrained from using force to remove the asylum seekers out from Lomroom to Loringo. Now that orders have been refused.
Meanwhile, in Manus, the area surrounding the decommissioned centre remains restricted to the public, including media personnel, for a 21-day period. After the decision, Mr. Lomai explained that the matter can still be pursued on human rights grounds.
The immigration have put up some glossy picture of the buildings in Manus, and perhaps whether or not those establishments are ready for the occupancy of the asylum seeker, that's a matter which I will have to confirm. I am going to send some of my team to Manus to confirm whether or not there was actually those establishments that are ready for occupancy. And if they are not, then we will run back to court and tell the court that they have been lying to the court.
Thakla Gunga, National EMTV News.